So I just wanted to quickly run you through some of the features of Flipgrid. So I'm going to choose our practice topic I made. Like I said, red button always starts the recording. Your students may have to up here where the little allow permissions is, allow their microphone and camera if they've never used Flipgrid before. If they've been in my class, they've used it. I think a lot of the Encore, at least at Harrison, are using it, but not everybody is. So if it's the first time your student is using it, they have to click allow. If they click block, they can't do it until they fix their permission, so it's a bit of a pain. So here's your buttons. Red will start your recording, and it will capture whatever you're recording, whatever you're doing. When you're ready to finish, you're going to hit pause. You hit next. This is just the simple basics of making a video. And it will capture whatever you're recording, whatever you're doing. Sorry about that. You can click on the video if you want. And it will capture whatever you're recording, whatever you're doing. And if you need to trim it, you can trim time off. If you need to delete it, you can delete the clip. I teach the students how to delete usually. I don't really worry about trimming. For more advanced students like middle or high school, they can add multiple clips. So they could add a video. And then once they hit next, they can click on add more. Add another video. Now you can see the two pieces. And what's really cool about that is when you add multiple videos or even just one, you can use all of these effects. So the first thing, the effects are really fun. You can add filters, frames, emojis, text, draw, board, or photos. I recommend I let my students use these, but I explain to them this is not TikTok. This is not just for fun. It's not Snapchat. This is educational. It has to be focused on their project, but they can add these fun elements. And you can play around with this at your leisure. You can do filters. I do believe there is a setting in the advanced settings that I could show you one-on-one that you can turn off certain of these features. I'm not 1,000,000% sure, but you can add filters. You can add frames. There's only a few options of each, but students really like it. They can add stickers or emojis, make it bigger or smaller, move it around the page. I always remind them it can't block their work. We have to be able to see their work. The board and draw is very nice. You can open a board. You can just draw. I'll show you that first. You can just draw right on if you want to give yourself a unicorn horn. Maybe I don't want to do that. You can always go through and delete something, but you can just draw right on. Or you can add a board. I have my students do this sometimes. There's a notebook board they can add. There's Galaxy. There's all these. So even a grid board, if you were doing some math, you can make it change how it splits the screen and make it take all or most of the screen or only a little bit. But you can do that and then have them draw right onto the notebook paper. Maybe for purpose of math, you wanted them to share an equation. So then they can write x plus 2 equals 5. And you could have other students solve it in the comments, or they could show their work right there, write their name. I think you get the idea. You can also add photos. They call it a custom sticker. So you can go into your settings, your downloads, and here was a button I was made. This is from our project. Maybe they want to add a picture they've saved. Maybe you want them to do a report on a mountain and they want to add a picture of that mountain in. So those are all the effects. I recommend playing with them a little bit, get to know them. You can add text. I think I skipped that one. That's where they could add a name. Sorry, it's not. There we go. I just hadn't clicked into it. And again, everything can be resized and moved. So I think you get the idea. You can record after this is already set. Now it's already there and ready. It's a lot shorter because then they have a small clip that is already ready to go. Now it's already there and ready. Or as you're recording, students can add this. If I delete some of this, students can start recording, and then as they are recording, they can be changing their frame. I recommend usually having them set it up ahead of time, but maybe if it's something they're showing as they go, they can then do it afterwards. I'm sorry, I know this is a lot of information, but I'm just trying to show each step. So again, I'm going to delete some of these video clips, but this shows the difference between, here's my 1 second video. Now it's already there and my screen's already set up. Or this one, it's longer. And then as they are recording, they can be changing their frame. I recommend usually having them set it up ahead of time, but maybe if it's something they're showing as they go. So last thing I want to show you is the options that can be included. A few more options. There's an undo, a redo, or a clear. You know, if you want to get rid of your all your drawings. Helpful sometimes if they make a mistake. This show topic, it helps them pop up on the side if they forget the exact prompt. Sticky note, you can literally add a sticky note they can type a note on, or something like that, and you can add that in as part of your video. Again, can be moved around. Same as the text or option, but it gives you an actual sticky note. The last thing I want to show you is the options over here. So that was the effects we looked at. I always tell them look for the magic wand. Options. I don't use many of these. You can upload a clip. That's a little hard for elementary, but for high school, if they have a pre-recorded video they want to upload, sometimes that's a little less pressure, or they have things that are already done that need added in, so they can upload a clip just like you would upload to Canvas. Find it in your downloads. I don't have an example here, but I think we all can pretty much figure that one out. You can mirror your video, changing how your screen is. You can mute, say you wanted them to just show something but not have any background noise, they could mute. I do use the record screen feature a lot. This allows them just, much like Screencastify captures our screen as we're recording things. Students can choose record screen, start screen recording. A lot of them don't realize they get stuck here. Why can't I share? You have to click on your screen and then click share. It will count down. And then whatever you are showing, there's my presentation I've been working on. When you stop recording and you have that video clip, and whatever, it will show whatever they showed on their screen during that time period. Sorry, it's still loading. So there it can show. I use it a lot for manipulatives or virtual projects we're building. And then when they're all finished, they will hit next. They will give their name. It auto does their first name, last initial, which I like. You can ignore the link and the title. You really don't need that. The only thing sometimes students like to do, they can add some of these features. They could add a name tag so their name shows up on the sidebar here, or they could take a selfie so that their face shows up. Again, they can use all the filters. And that's what you see in the thumbnail when your students turn it in. It froze. There we go. So it has added my video. It'll tell them success once they've added their selfie and continued. And then see how that's the thumbnail that shows up for the teacher. So that way, that's an easy way for them to show their name or their face. And that's the general overview of Flipgrid.